Yeah, Excel, absolutely. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch in the beginning. All the cool stuff people would bring in. I mean, they brought in a cannon at one point, and when I first moved here, I went to Pawn Stars there and Federal Courthouse building over here on our right, and they had that same cannon. I was like, oh, this is awesome. So I had to get a picture with that, of course. But I mean, you could probably find it on eBay if you wanted to buy anything exclusive to, the Pawn Stars line, because everything inside that shop is really expensive. Super expensive. But it is still a fully functioning 24-hour pawn shop. So they still have people bringing stuff in. The cameras and stuff, from what I understand, a lot of that they do now in LA. They probably had too much issue trying to film here with folks trying to get in and stuff. So this is Fremont Street right here, guys. This is the east end of the Fremont Street experience. Again, the temperature's probably keeping a lot of folks. There are 3 deuces, so three of a kind there. That deuce is the bus that runs in between. And there's transit security there to make sure that the buses stay safe. They run in between here and Fremont Street. It's $8 for a 24-hour pass. So definitely consider that if you're thinking about going between Fremont Street. Oh, nice, Tobin. Wow, that's not bad. That's awesome. It's me, welcome. We're here in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, cruising the Las Vegas, well, not Las Vegas Strip anymore, that's back behind us, but yes, 30%, yep, at least. Goodness. Yeah, and they import it, of course, from China and all that, right? Really, really high markup on that stuff. 20 years, wow. I mean, they say that pawn shops are like the best place to go for jewelry. You don't want to go to the places in the mall you're going to pay top dollar. But you know the pawn shops have tested the stuff and know that it's real and all that. I don't know if I'd want to wear someone else's jewelry, though. That's weird. Especially if it was something special to them, And that, you see that, of course, that's why there's a pawn shop almost on every corner in this town. Because a lot of people get into the whole gambling thing and then just, this whole downward spiral. Very sad. There's the Mob Museum right there on the right, guys. I'm not going to bother pulling into the parking lot, but that is the Mob Museum there. Former U.S. Post Office, as well as the former U.S. Federal Courthouse down here in downtown Las Vegas. This is 4th Street here. So we'll continue westbound here on Stewart. Named for Helen Stewart, one of the pioneers, original landowners here in Las Vegas, who speculated and gobbled up a whole bunch of land here because they were trying to figure, oh, there's a cat crossing the street up there. Because they were trying to guesstimate where they were going to put the railroad line in when they finally did between LA and Salt Lake. So this road is named after her. And I've got a vehicle next to me, so I'll wait for you to go by. And then I'll get over. And then Main Street Station right there in front of us. Not one of the station casinos. Shout out to Tobin for that. But it is owned by Boyd Gaming. And also, Tobin, I got your memo. I did some Windex on the windows. I hope it's better today. I definitely want you guys to be able to see everything without obstruction. A lot of Walgreens, definitely, yes. And 7-Elevens. 162 7-Elevens here. Which is, again, another shout out to Tobin for helping me out with that one. Here's the California Hotel Casino right here. Not on the Fremont Street experience. There's the Circa's Garage Mahal. So I don't know if you guys know, and I'm not getting into politics because we don't do that here on this channel. There's so many channels out here that'll deal with that. But I will say the big beautiful bill, as it's been called, that just passed Congress here. You can only deduct 90% of your gambling losses. 90%, not 100% anymore. So Derek Stevens, the guy that owns the Circa, and there's the west end of the Fremont Street Experience right there. Oh, they got metal detectors up. Wow. Huh. Yeah, so the guy that owns the Circa, he was in the news this week because he was telling people this is going to ruin things, blah, 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 for gambling in Las Vegas. He's like, in fact, I got a lot of, big whales who have said that they're going to go ahead and take their business offshore so that they can avoid having to pay those, because you're essentially paying 10% of your losses or whatever, which, I mean, cry me a river. If you're gambling, I mean, that's part of what's expected. The rest of us aren't usually able to do that, right? So kind of a big deal going on right now, especially here in Vegas, and I'm sure in Atlantic City. 88 of you, thank you guys so much for being here. Please like and subscribe. Also, check out Vids for Mike, VIDSFROMMIKE, and Cinnamon and Jupiter, my wife's channel. She does astrology and spirituality, and this guy, I wanted to make sure he wasn't going to try and back up on me. And there it is, $50, 50 US dollars to park there at the Golden Nuggets parking garage, which is just wild, in my humble opinion. $50. So because there's a concert down here, yep, everyone's going to be gouging for the parking prices too. So that's always fun, getting to deal with that. I haven't, Tony, and I want to. I'm hoping tonight, even though there won't be street performers, I'm hoping he will be down here, because he was the very first live streamer I ever watched in Vegas. Because I watched Jeremy in LA and his driving videos and stuff, and then I was like, well, I wonder how many people are doing this in Vegas. And of course I quickly realized there's a lot of them, but Papi Chulo's channel was the very first one that popped up. And I started watching it, and I'm like, what a character, man. And he's got such a personality on him. As the kids would say nowadays, he's got the Riz, or short for charisma, but they call it the Riz now. He's definitely got charisma, and he's a lot of fun to watch, especially when he and JoJo are together. JoJo the squirrel, a lot of fun to watch. And some of the things that they say, it's just hysterical, It's like, how do you think of this stuff? I can't. I can't think of this stuff. And it seems to happen like boom, 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 too. They're like right on top of it. See the line of taxis right here at Carson, on the other side of Golden Nugget, here in downtown Las Vegas. And you can see, the cabanas at the pool up there on the second floor. Wonder how much those are going for. Lady J, yeah, she's really, really nice. In fact, my wife, Cinnamon and Jupiter, she wanted to, at one point, Lady J said she wanted to start her own channel. Right on, Mike. Yes, thank you. Yeah, so my wife was like, I hope she starts her own channel. But it was always hard for me to try to get down to the Strip, because you have to pay to park almost everywhere down there, and I didn't feel like walking from TI, where the parking's still free, down to where they usually hang out down there in front of like Harrah's and stuff. So this is like the first time I would actually have the opportunity to see them. I know they've been down here every night since Wednesday night. So we wait for the stragglers to finish walking across here. City of Las Vegas Marshals over here, they deal with city-owned property and events that go on here in the city. And here is the Fremont Street Experience, sans street performers this evening. When they do the concerts down here, they do not allow the street performers. Fremont Casino there, hotel parking only. So they don't have any public parking, I guess. This is Ogden right here, where we'll make a right in just a moment. We've got some pedestrians crossing here. PK and Ms. K gave Papi Chulo. I saw that. Yeah, that was awesome. That was really, really cool. Yeah, that was a nice welcome back. I hope so too. I hope she starts it too.